YouTube, what is going on, Lakers family, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about center Zach Edey and why I think he'd be a perfect fit for the Lakers, and he's exactly what the Lakers need. But before I get straight into the video, guys, I'd really appreciate if you could do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, and also turn on notification bell so you guys get notified for future Lakers content. Really appreciate the support on the channel, and I love you guys. Now, today we do got some, NBA news, according to multiple sources, that the Lakers, the team, they're leaning towards depth over a third star, which I think makes perfect sense. The way I look at it, I do have my opinions and what I'm going to say in this video I'm about to explain in a couple of seconds, but the third star route just really hasn't worked out right. You look at the Phoenix Suns, they're traded for, Bradley Beal in the offseason. I knew it wasn't going to work out because you got a bunch of ISO scorers. You got a big three of Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, even though they play similar, but they have their own playing styles. And first of all, they didn't really have any defense, so it just wasn't going to work out. They didn't really have an actual playmaker, and they fired Monty Williams, which I think was a big mistake. I feel like the only reason why they did that is because of DeAndre Ayton and the connection, but I think they should have kept Monty Williams. I think that was a big mistake, but it is what it is. They did decide to hire Frank Vogel, which he was a former Lakers head coach that won us a championship in 2019-20 NBA season, but that's besides the point, right? We're here to talk about the big man, Zach Edey, what he could provide for the Los Angeles Lakers. And he was a senior that came out of, Purdue as a top, prospect, one of the top prospects in this, draft class, right? He is projected to be like a late first-round pick, but I am hoping the Lakers do land him with the 17th pick, depending what happens in the draft, if guys' stocks are going to go low or if they're going to go high. But I am hearing a lot of people are saying that this is a weak draft class, and that's one of the worst draft classes of all time, if not of all time. But the way I look at it is that there's going to be sleepers. You just never know. There's going to be hidden gems, so you just never know who's going to slip or fall in the draft. So I am hoping that the Lakers pick him up. He's my number one center target in the draft. I know there's other centers like a Khalil Ware from Indiana, but he's not like physical. He's not big. He's not tall like a Zach Edey. And then he even got the guy Kyle Filipowski, I believe, from Duke. So, of course, I want Zach Edey's probably my favorite center in this draft class. He could definitely hoop. He did play senior season at Purdue. And to be honest, guys, he actually played very good, right? He did average around 24.9 points per game, shooting 62.5% from the field, 12.2 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 2.2 blocks, 0.3 steals, and shooting 50% from three, and shooting 71.1% from the free throw line. So that is a very good stat line as a center. And I feel like the Lakers need to stop getting players who are not ready, these sophomores or these freshmen like a Jalen Hood-Schifino or Max Christie. We need players that are just going to come in here and provide what we need and play right away, contribute. That's the right word I was going to say, contribute. Instead of developing these players, we don't have time to develop. We need players that are going to fit this timeline, especially with a LeBron James or Anthony Davis right now as we're competing for a championship. Now, I will say Zach Edey, he has good size. He's 7'4". He's a demigod. He's this alien. He's physical. And when you look at his weight, he weighs about like 300 pounds or 305 pounds. So he's actually bigger than Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets, he's 6'11", which feels like he's taller when you see him play. But that's his height when you actually look it up. And his weight is around 284 pounds. So Zach Edey is much bigger than him. If you guys do not know, Zach Edey is actually bigger than Victor Wembanyama, who was the number one overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft. Victor, I believe, is like 7'3", 7'4", and he's this demigod. He weighs about like 209 pounds. So Zach Edey weighs a lot more than him. You're talking about a guy who's 300 pounds. Are you kidding me? I would definitely take a Zach Edey. You're adding more weight. He's not going to get punished. He's not going to get babied. And I feel like the Lakers need a physical dude who can play alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the front court, because there was a lot of times where Darvin had favorites. He wasn't utilizing players at the best of their ability, and he lost the locker room, right? But there was a lot of times where Rui Hachimura was guarding Jokic, which he does have the gravity, is that he's just undersized. He's 6'9", so no one can really guard Jokic. No one can stop Jokic, but what you can do is slow him down and have someone play the safety role and have Anthony Davis roam around the paint. So that's what we need. Lakers fans, NBA fans, general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Zach Edey? Personally, me, I want Zach Edey if the Lakers can't, trade for a star like a Donovan Mitchell. But we'll see what happens. I feel like the price is going to be a lot. You're going to have to give up your 3 first-round picks, and it's probably going to require Ospreys. You really don't have a choice, but it's probably going to require Ospreys and maybe Rui Hachimura, but we'll see. I'm not sure if the Cavs are going to want Ospreys, but from what I'm hearing to those reports is that the Cavs, they want to extend Donovan Mitchell, and they would like to trade Darius Garland. And we get conflicting reports that, Donovan Mitchell wants to be in Cleveland. And we get conflicting reports that he doesn't like being in Cleveland. So rumors are just definitely heating up. We're just going to keep getting conflicting reports. That's just all about it is. It's the offseason, so of course we're going to keep hearing it. And they also fired their head coach and JB Bickerstaff. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, they had a good season. I know they got eliminated in the second round against the best team in the league, of course, the Boston Celtics. No one really expected the Cavs to beat them. They only won 1 game, so it was a gentleman's sweep in 5 games. And Donovan Mitchell missed like the last 2 games. And Jared Allen, the center, was injured, so they weren't healthy at all. And Darius Garland did struggle in that series, so he didn't play good in the postseason at all. And Donovan Mitchell was just carrying. Now, if Donovan Mitchell does come out and say that, I want to sign the contract extension, it's over because the Lakers can't trade for him. No team's going to trade for him, especially if he does sign the contract extension. And even if he doesn't mean the Lakers are going to trade for him because there's going to be a lot of suitors, a lot of teams that are going to want to, trade for Donovan Mitchell because of how talented he is. But that's just my thoughts on Zach Edey and this whole situation. They're in search for a coach. J.J. Redick has been the candidate. It's just been J.J. Redick all written for the Lakers. That's just how I feel about it. So I have a feeling he's going to be the Lakers' next head coach. I really don't want him as a head coach because he's never been an assistant coach. He has no experience. He's never been an NBA coach, but he's a basketball mind. And he has his podcast, right? Mind the Games, I believe. And LeBron James was in it. So there's a lot of validity in this. I know there's been reports coming out that LeBron James is going to stay out of the coaching search, which I really don't buy it. Because there's no way in hell the Lakers are just going to say that, we're going to decide to hire J.J. Redick, right? So I think it's actually crazy. And then they're looking for coaching staff alongside J.J. Redick. So we'll see. I know Rajon Rondo has been brought up. Also, guys like Sam Cassell and Borrego. But we'll see what happens. I know today was a long video, and I was just chatting, talking about different stuff. But specifically, I just wanted to come in here and talk about Zach Edey and how he fits on the Lakers team. And he needs to work on his game. He's very slow in the pick and roll, so point guards are going to cook him like a John Morant, a Kyrie Irving, a Luka Doncic, and even an Anthony Edwards are just going to cook him because he's too slow in the pick and roll. He can't really guard it. And he's flat-footed. He can't really move his foot laterally, and he doesn't really have speed whatsoever. No speed, but his face-up game, he does need to improve in that. Like I said, he's a lob threat. He can actually catch lobs. He could throw down dunks, and he could play make. So those are just my thoughts. Also, before I end this video off, comment down what topic do you guys want to see me talk about in my next video. Any other players in the draft that the Lakers should target, or if not, forget about it because the Lakers are probably not going to trade. Not trade it, but probably not going to keep the 17 pick. But I still want to talk about it and discuss about it because I think it's very interesting. And I see a lot of people, discussing about Zach Edey and why the Lakers should pick him up. But he's my favorite player, especially at the center position. And I feel like this is the biggest problem when it comes to GMs and owners. I know teams make mistakes when it comes to drafting, and you should always draft the best player available. But the way I look at it, a lot of teams draft for need. But if you're going to draft for need, you should draft the best player for what you need. For example, the Lakers need a center. Draft the best player that plays a center, not just draft a player because of not what you need, because you want the best talent available. You got what I'm trying to say? And also, Jalen Hood-Schifino didn't really pan out his, rookie season. I know he was injured. He was dealing with a back injury, and he had season-ending surgery, so I can't really say too much on him. I really don't know much about him, but I know he played for the University of Indiana. He was a freshman, and I know he didn't really get too much minutes for the Lakers. And Max Christie, he's still young. I believe he's like 19, 20 years old. So the Lakers, they got a major decision what they got to do, this front office, and I'm out of here. Peace.